Welcome to Camp Mymy. I'm here with my friend Wanda, and Wanda has probably the most organized tab 320 you will ever see in your entire life. And even if you don't have a tab, if you have any kind of a little camper, you're going to get all kinds of great ideas from this video.
I ain't lying, I ain't hiding, I've been grinding, multiplying. I've been trying to get my weight up, staying prayed up, meditating and taking time away.
So I have a 2017 Tab 320. It's the Tabitha model. I love this model because it's all white interior and very clean. So I was very lucky to get this one. Some of the modifications that I've made. I love magnets, I've always loved magnets. And I didn't want to put anything permanently anywhere. So I put magnetic strips up and I have everything on magnets. So all of this is all on magnets. I clipped out a little white magnetic strip I just got off Amazon and snipped it to that size. I have all of my kitchen utensils. They're all just hung up magnetically. So above the door, I traced out the shape of the space, and then I called up a couple sheet metal fabricators and was able to get them to cut white sheet metal, and then I just attached it with alien tape. If you don't know alien tape is awesome. So everything again is all customizable, and then usually when I travel, none of that stuff falls down. The other big thing that I think would be helpful is the struggle that people have with mosquitoes in the screens that are on the windows. So I made what I lovingly call window condoms, for lack of a better term. It's just a thinner netting, and then I kind of got the size of the window, and it's, I can't remember, I'll send you the information on what it is. It's just a bungee cord material, bungee cord, and then a 1-inch ribbon. You can use anything, and sew that around the side, and then put it up there, and it really keeps out the no-see-ums and the little tiny annoying gnats that don't bite, but they're annoying when you're trying to read in bed. This is still version 1, so I would do some other things on version 2, but I like to do things once. So the unglamorous but super helpful thing that I use is my bathroom closet. I do use the bathroom. I try to use the campground bathrooms instead, but at night and at other times it's very helpful to have a bathroom. But what I've done is, again with the sheet metal, is got the shape of that sidewall and had them cut out the sheet metal to that size, and then everything there is on magnets.
Oh my
so
God.
I have all my cords for charging, and I have my sewing kit and the window condom bag. So when I travel, I put that stuff in there. You'll see the clothesline outside has its own bag. So I tend to put anything that I'm really going to use or want easy access to on my wall. Then I love my garbage can. I need a garbage can. You can still lift the lid on the toilet, so that goes fully up, and you can still access the pump and everything in there. But
so your pump is behind there?
My pump is behind there.
Okay, all right.
So if I have any issues or anything, I check to make sure that that screen is clean in there. And then of course the broom and umbrella, vacuum, laundry bag.
So you're not typically using the shower, but you could if you took everything out.
Yeah, so I have taken one shower in there, and then I've washed my feet and hair and stuff. But I really, when I take a shower, I have the outside shower, and this I just have behind here. Just pulled this out and put it up.
Your little shower house. So
I can sleep this way with the headboard. My
okay,
headboard.
Hold on here. Look at her headboard. Now, if you ever wondered where to store these terrible cushions, Wanda has made the most beautiful headboard out of them. I love that. I've never seen anyone do that before.
But it's only if you're like...
If you're 5'2", it works.
Yeah, 5'4" and under will work. So another thing in the bathroom is I didn't like seeing the toilet, and when I travel, I also put my water, my big jugs of water in here, but I didn't want them touching my toilet, so I made a toilet cover.
So clearly Wanda can sew. Look at that. I love it. I didn't want
the germs. I don't know. I'm a camper and I don't mind germs, outside germs, but inside germs I mind. A big game changer was moving the lagoon table to the side, and that opened up all the space. I highly recommend moving it over to the side. Make sure you have a backer on it so that it can support from the back side, because you can't use that side storage anyway in this camper.
And it looks so wide open here. It's hard to show this on video, but when you walk in this camper, it just feels like big and open. Where mine, when I walk in, you walk right into a table because the table's in the middle. So this is a great idea.
Yeah, I know why they do it. It makes sense if you're traveling with 2 people or a couple. All right, so another one of the modifications I made, or one product that I had made, is this cover for the air conditioning unit. It's lovely. Unexpectedly, it's also a shelf, so you can put a lot of stuff up there. Covers it up, and then it works as a tray for when you have lots of family or want to bring stuff outside or cook inside and put it outside. And then when I travel, I put it over here, and then everything that doesn't, you know, some of the stuff in the shelves, like the fan and things, I'll put in there for travel.
Genius.
This camper is a collaboration with Mary Jane Butters and, well, at that time, Little Guy. So she designed this specifically for women, understanding that we didn't like them molded, you know, ugly wallpaper. And we wanted things to be clean. And she is kind of a pioneer in women's camping.
I love that you have the book here.
Well, you know, it's a through line. We all help each other. I think that's one of the best things about Girl Camper, and Myra's wonderful, and the whole team is, or the whole group is really lovely. It's great.
And helpful. Everyone's helpful.
Everybody's helpful. And get out there. I mean, don't be afraid to get out there. And people doing things and enjoying life, you don't have to hide inside. You don't.
And we're all pulling our campers by ourselves. Yeah, we're all setting them up by ourselves.
Exactly. It's going to take longer. Things are going to go awry. You just figure it out. And it builds strength and character too. But I grew up camping. I grew up not RVing. This is the first RV I've ever had or really been in. But grew up tent camping with my family. And it was, you know, our family against the world. And those are some of my fondest memories of childhood, is camping with the family. So
absolutely.
I love it.
Absolutely. Wonderful.
The other thing that I had one bad experience with camp water, and I know I didn't prime the pump enough to get good water. So from that experience, I always bring my own drinking water. And depending on how long I'm going for, or, you know, how long I'm going to be out, I have the Berkey travel filter, which also fits in this area. But I know I didn't need it for that long, so this should suffice to get my coffee in the morning and whatever I was going to drink. Then I didn't want it always on the table, so I just measured this space, and it's on the same hooks. So I used the hook for the TV to secure it on that side, and I just got another hook on that side. Oops, I don't know if I can use
So
that.
you drilled another hook into the wall, because that wall you can drill into.
Yeah, so I took this off. This is just the access panel to the back of the shower, and I wanted to make sure that I could put a screw in there where that is. So, and then I just got another hook like that, and so this bungee works double duty. It will secure my water, and it will also secure the TV when I travel.
So you tow with it like that?
I tow with the shelf up, but I don't tow with the water there. I put all the water travels in the bathroom floor.
Oh, that's smart. This is incredible, because at first I thought that was like a metal water dispenser, but it's plastic.
I had my color palette of like white and gray and peachy pink. I know that if I put too many colors in, it looks too cluttered for me.
Yeah.
So if I can go with white, I go with white. So I found that there's a place called Axeman. It's like a army surplus store. A lot of stuff came from Axeman in here. And I had the extra dispenser part, so I just drilled a hole in it, and it was a gas can. So, but I like the size of it, and it's the perfect little size for me. So I just made that one.
Wow, beautiful.
So I started traveling with my dog, who has had a lovely life and has since passed over the Rainbow Bridge. But I had, her bed was down here, and then I had a box made for her food and her water and treats. She had her space. A couple things that I like having, that it's a security feature. If you just pull on it, it emits a sound and a light. In case, well, we had raccoons here, so in case any raccoon was trying to get in, I could just pull that down, and I like having it near the bed. So at night, if I ever freak out, I can just pull it.
Very smart.
And then behind the bed, so this is again the older model that doesn't have the outlets on each side, which I kind of like. So these are just CD boxes.
Oh.
And then so 4 CD boxes and a paper towel fits perfectly back there. I was trying to figure out what kind of curtains I wanted. I went through 4 iterations of curtains, and I just wanted something very simple. So these are really just roller shades almost. So they just come down.
Beautiful.
And then they roll up and they just secure and are out of the way. So the other ones I made, they would get in the way and they'd bunch and it looked too cluttered because you can't have, there's too small of a space. You get any little clutter will show. So again, going back to the magnets. So all of this stuff up here stays. I don't remove any of it when I travel. Everything is on magnets. So these are just magazine holders. And then I got another magnetic strip and put a magnetic strip. And then again at Axemen, they had these metal pieces and there's one on the bottom as well. So everything's on magnets and they all just kind of fit right in. And then everything stays up. One of the modifications I made on the outside is to put the keypad, the keyless entry. So you just put in a code and you can lock and unlock, and then I don't have to carry the keys with me. Do I still get worried that a battery will die? Sure, but it's never happened in the 8 years that I've owned it. And then the other thing that was kind of a pain with this is that you couldn't close it, so then I just made a leather strap and screwed that into behind there. So now I can just pull it closed from the inside. When traveling over the refrigerator, it gets super hot. So I just have this little handy dandy mat. It's vinyl reflective material. And I just put that down when I travel, and it does help some. You know, just go online, fabric stores, I'll have it all. So the other thing I did, I don't have them up, but when I'm in, you know, no shaded areas, I have window awnings made of the same material. So I put the window awnings up on the windows and it makes a huge difference in the heat that comes in. And then if I'm, you know, out and about, I can put the windows down and the heat doesn't come in. It just reflects off. I use a mattress pad because then I can have more storage down here. So then I made these. So then these are just the window awnings that I made for when it's hot outside and I don't have shade.
So those go on the outside?
Go on the outside of the windows, and it makes a huge difference. And then they're reversible, so I have white on that side. In this model, there's a bunch of storage under the bed, and I keep the solo stove and extra chairs and things that I might need, but I don't necessarily always need. What I found after camping after having it for 8 years, anything that I use, I'm gonna put out, I put in the back of the car because that's just easy access. Anything that I might use, like the Omni stove or stuff like that, I'll keep in deeper storage. Pahaki had an awning, but growing up, you know, tenting, I knew the sound when the wind blowed, that was gonna drive me crazy, to have that flapping noise. So I wanted something sturdier, and they had this in Europe, this Isabella awning, but they didn't have it in the United States yet. So I called up the Pahaki, the Alpro people who are doing the accessories for the tab trailer, and just by chance they happened to have brought some over for testing to see if they wanted to make them here, and I was able to buy from them the one that they brought over, so I got a really good deal on it.
And it looks very sturdy.
It's super sturdy, sitting out here in thunderstorms even. So again, a little thing just that if you go online and at Amazon, you can get the bungee clothesline. That's the bungee clothesline. It fits perfectly from the handle, if you go around the hitch, to the other handle. I can't take credit for any of these things. This is stuff that I've seen on the internet. This is stuff I've seen in these kinds of videos. Went to the new camp rally and had lots of ideas from there. So I didn't just come up with all of this stuff.
But you've executed them perfectly.
But I took what I wanted. The tanks in here are not super grand, so I wash dishes outside, or I'll even my exterior shower, I'll come in, I'll shower outside and put my little pop-up. So I have a, you know, exterior shower here. Water pressure isn't the greatest, but it works. And then I just wash dishes out here. I keep this in the car with me because I do use it all the time. It has who I am and my phone number, and then it has my emergency contacts at height of my trailer in case I'm looking to go into a parking garage or something, and the tire pressure, so I know how high to fill the tire pressure. Always fill your tire pressure, very important.
Oh,
very
good
important.
tip, good tip.
And then it has just like my packing list if I'm going for a longer trip, my packing list of reminder of what do I need, and then my pre-go day and my go day items. Well, I'll have my dog picture there and a bike if I travel with a bike. So in case it gets lost, in case your dog runs away, or in case somebody walks off with your bike, to have photos. It's super important to have photos of those items so that you can quickly get authorities or get other people to help, especially your pet. If they run after a squirrel, who knows? And then it has the specs of my trailer, and it has the specs of my car. So it has the weight and towing capacities. And then it has some things like how to change a tire in on my trailer. My car I can figure out, but the trailer's a little bit more of a challenge. And then like my water settings for winter. Oh my goodness, because I take my battery out every winter, and then I can never remember how to put it back in. If a fuse goes out, then I just have a picture of what each fuse is for. Passport photo. And then I have records of my trailer and car, oil changes and whatnot. Oh, and then on the back, this I use all the time, is my towing checklist. And I highly recommend a towing checklist, because even if you think you did everything, I have been like, oh, I know I did everything, and I've driven away and I left the trailer door open. Pull this out and look at it and make sure that you have done everything, because even the best, most experienced camper, you need a checklist.
Thank you to Wanda for sharing her beautiful camper with us and all of her amazing tips and tricks. Please like and subscribe if you found this content helpful, and watch out for more teardrop trailer and small camper camping ideas and videos in the near future.
Don't take it, just don't.